Oh, Zimmer, that could be in the hole. Is it in the hole? Well, that's a hole in one.
I come out here because I'm usually in my head too much.
See if this cuts or if I pump it right in the water.
Well, recently I play those kind of characters. I play guys with a little bit of, grit, arrogance. Maybe it's my average white guy appearance that I come across as a guy who's a bit of a dick.
Aliens come to our world and they say, teach me about your music.
If we're gonna put a collar on the air, it has to be better than whatever we had planned.
Everyone is just out with the Leafs jersey on, whether they're going to the game or not.
Access to your emotions, an open heart.
I really only have like 2 emotions though.
That's not true.
Happy, hyper, and then tired.
Happy, hyper, like a dog?
I got it. Yeah. Just left of the barber.
Episode 2 welcomes Alysia Rissling. She's an Olympic athlete, an ambassador for kids sport, fast and female, and classroom champions. An advocate for sports as a teaching and empowerment tool, and an all-around amazing person.
Okay, so then how did chapter 2, how did you make the transition, or was like bobsledding always the goal, or how did that work?
God, no. Okay, so I had scholarships in 4 sports. So I played basketball, volleyball, track and field, and soccer. And my goal was to go NCAA, but I couldn't decide which sport I wanted to play.
Okay.
And U of A offered me dual. So they gave me track and field and basketball.
Oh, okay.
And my mom pretty much like begged me to stay home. She didn't want to lose her baby. So I ended up staying home and like meeting the team, and we were good. Like I had a great university career. Did track and field the first year, and then I had to drop it. Oh, you're not. Okay, you're safe.
Oh, I am safe.
And in my 3rd year, they were recruiting some athletes that had been on the track and field team that I used to race against. And so I kind of like happened to be training in the same gym that they were in. But it kind of planted that seed in my brain.
Right.
So when I graduated, I took a year off to write my MCAT twice. Didn't get into med school. And then I was like, hey, I need a new goal. Maybe I'll be an athlete again. So I called down to Calgary and said, how do I get involved in bobsled? I have no idea.
And what year was this then?
This would have been summer of 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, because what really happened was I came downstairs one day, turned on the TV. It was like noon. I had just woken up because I was working at a bar, so I worked till like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I turned on the TV and I'm like, London Olympic opening ceremonies were on. And I was like, Olympics, I want to do that. I was like, bobsled. So like while that was going on, I sent the email.
Nice.
Just happened to be like in a vulnerable place in my life, I guess, of like what's next. Go, go, go. Oh.
Hands up, I gotta go left.
Okay. It was like my coach that suggested the pilots start playing more golf to help with our mental game, to be able to like zero in on the minute things.
Okay.
Hasn't been going very well for me because all I ever want to do is smash it.
Yeah, it's definitely mental for sure. I'm the opposite. I come out here because I'm usually in my head too much.
Yeah.
With like life.
Yeah.
And stress and family and work and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I have.
You've got a little one at home too, right?
Yeah, I have a 6-year-old. But like, I have like this much stress. But yeah, this is kind of my spot to just like unplug my brain and do the thing.
Start it up.
You also come from a crazy sporting family. What was that? I remember you posted that picture and I like commented within like a millisecond. Was that, you said is your
You're like terrifying.
Your dad?
Godfather?
Godfather?
Yeah, my dad's brother.
Like that was the most intimidating looking man I've ever seen.
So, have you ever heard of the podcast Spit and Chicklets?
Yeah.
So, they did an interview on there with Kelly Fraser, like a long-term like ref. Yeah. And one of the questions, like fan questions, was like, who was your favorite player to ref against, or ref? And he said, my uncle.
I can't find my ball after going for the green, so video evidence of me looking in the cup. Nah, not in the cup. Okay, so then I have a theory. So lots of amateur athletes, like Olympic hopefuls, are also like very, very heavy into academics.
Yep.
Is that true? Or is that just, my perception?
I'm in school right now, so.
Yeah. And it seems like a lot of them are. They seem to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. That's a very good question. And
because most of them are, like, what's the golden, like the elite age? Is it like late 20s, early 30s, roughly?
Well, for my sport, I'd definitely say around there, for sure, if not mid-30s. Because my sport's such like a late blooming sport.
Right.
Whereas like something like gymnastics, you peak when you're 14.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the sport. But I think, like, to your theory, why it would be like that is because a lot of people, like, to be an athlete, you need a work ethic that a lot of people get from school, or you need a lot of discipline is how I'd say, and I feel like you get a lot of that from, like, through academics. So
well, that's my theory, because it's like the 4-year goal. Yep. Right? What's the average degree? About 4 years. Olympics every 4 years. Kind of big picture, eyes on the prize kind of deal. Okay, so what was it you said you were out by a medal? What was the
0.7 seconds.
7 tenths. Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. So obviously I like researched you before we hung out.
Yeah.
And
stuff on the internet about me.
Yeah, you got a Wikipedia. So you have I've been getting like secondhand anxiety from you. So
What?
like, you're like training and you're everything, right? So say hours turn into days, turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years.
Yeah.
Like Olympic qualifying and Olympic events and this, that, and the other. Maybe it's just I'm too immature to grasp. I think I need like instant gratification, right? So for you, like
Long term
in the
is
gym,
long term.
doing this, doing that, like the reps, to shave.
Literally, I'm in the gym for 8 months of the year with hopes that I can shave 100th of a second off my push time.
Yeah. See, that
Because 100th of a push time over 4 heats is 400ths, and that's more than enough to win a race by. Because that's what races are won and lost by. Isn't that crazy?
That would keep me up at night.
Like it's hard. Like that's actually one part of the thing that I can't think about because it's so easy to get lost in like everything. And you're like, what's the difference?
Yeah. I'm more of a instant gratification kind of guy.
Yeah, I feel like most millennials are.
I don't know if I'm a millennial though. I'm an 84. I don't know what that means.
I think you're in a millennial.
Shut up.
Well, bobsled is like completely nervous system based. You can't just grind out a day. Like, because we're talking hundredths of a second that make a difference. And you literally can't grind it out.
Oh, this reminds me of my youth. Last guy on the course. Dad would pick me up. That was kind of like our thing. It still is our thing. I had a 6-iron and a putter, and he used to pull me on a pull cart like that. I would just like stand on it and he would pull me around.
On the next episode of Swing Thoughts.
The fans go ballistic. No one's going to the bathroom or no one's sitting on their seat when a fight happens. Everyone is just out with the Leafs jersey on, whether they're going to the game or not. And you just feel the buzz. The media's like, even after practice, you can't get to your stall because there's 20 to 30 people in the room with media. And then you go to like Florida or something and
Yeah. There's no, you're sneaking the back door and flip-flops and nobody cares.